Mike Perry versus Thiago Alves is happening. Who's actually going to win this fight? Well, before we talk about who's going to win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Mike Perry fought Luke Rockhold, in which both had some great shots and both got rocked in round one.
Hook to the body. Oh! That chin is right up in the air. Stiff left hand.
But Luke Rockhold was taking too much punishment and quit in the middle of round two.
Rockhold taking out his mouthpiece, talking referee down.
After this, Mike Perry went on to fight Eddie Alvarez, in which Eddie Alvarez outlanded Mike Perry and took control of round one. But then Mike Perry started letting his hands go and did a lot of damage to Eddie Alvarez, in which Eddie Alvarez couldn't continue and stopped at the end of round two.
It's over. It's over. They're saying this fight is over.
Now let's take a look at Thiago Alves' latest performances, in which he fought Julian Lane, in which Julian Lane got robbed in this fight. I mean, both had some great shots, but Julian Lane outlanded Thiago and took control of the whole entire fight, but somehow they still gave it to Thiago.
To the winner by split decision, Thiago!
After this, Thiago went on to fight Ulises Diaz, in which both started off very fast, but Thiago did get dropped in round two.
The fighter's cut. Right hand, counter right hand, and down goes Thiago Alves.
But then brought it back by dropping Diaz 3 times in round 3.
Right inches. Diaz is not throwing much uppercut.
And obviously Diaz couldn't continue and the fight was stopped at the end of round 3.
Now, right away, I'm going to say that this fight is not close at all, regardless of what people want to say. And the reason I say this is because when looking at the stats, everything is in favor of Mike Perry winning this fight. For example, he is the younger fighter as he is 32 years old and Thiago Alves is 40 years old. And another stat that puts Mike Perry as the favorite is the fact that he is the more fresher fighter, as he had 2 fights in 2022, 2 fights in 2023. Meanwhile, Thiago Alves only has 2 fights and his last fight was back in 2021. So that's 3 years of being outside the ring, which I definitely think is going to be a big disadvantage towards Thiago Alves and is definitely going to show. Now, another fact that favors Mike Perry is the fact that he has way more experience in bare knuckle, as he has 4 fights, winning them all, and Thiago Alves only has 2 fights, and again, they were some time ago. So when talking about how this fight's going to go, I got Mike Perry controlling the whole entire fight and putting pressure on Thiago Alves. And when Mike Perry puts that pressure on Thiago Alves and lands some hard shots, he's going to hurt Thiago Alves and he might be able to stop the fight early. But if that doesn't happen, then Thiago Alves has to witness the beating and has to take in everything that Mike Perry is throwing at him, because he does like the experience and he hasn't been active. So there's nothing that he could do to hurt Mike Perry, and that's where Mike Perry will win the fight.